this is going to be our central tool that we use to drive decision making in terms of return to play when everyone comes back from the situation that we're in now with COVID-19. Our plan is to scan our athletes on Sparta again when they get back, utilize that data that the system shows us. If there are deficiencies, implement the corrective exercises. And then that's the time where we implement our conversations with the coaches to say, hey, here are the deficits that we see from Sparta coming off of this long delay that everyone's been at home. And here's how we're going to manage your athletes during practice, whether that means a truncated practice for certain athletes, whether that means certain drills that they participate or don't participate in, or it's full out practice, or whether we find student athletes that are in a really, really tough position where there's a lot of injury predictive. Do we need to sit athletes out for a period of time and work on their kinetic chain? And I think, this proactive mentality is what I'm speaking of, and it aligns with what Dr. Hainline came out and said this weekend in terms of assessing the kinetic chain. And I think this is what Sparta Science exactly can do for students and student athletes across the country. And that's exactly how we're going to use it. There's a readiness component to this that we use it for. There's recovery related to how we're going to use Sparta Science. And I think, there has to be some sort of runway when everyone returns back to campuses of gradual integration back into sport. I think you always have to keep long-term sustainable healthcare front of mind, right? Your healthiest athletes are your most available athletes. And so how do you sustain athlete health throughout the season coming off of this? And I think sometimes it comes with difficult conversation or uncomfortable conversations to say, now's not the time to return them to full practice right now. Let's wait because we want to get into conference play come whenever that may be, November, December, if it's a fall sport, whatever we're looking at. And I think at the end of the day, what I've learned is, Sparta allows for personalized precision programming for the individual student athlete, period.